Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope everybody's having a great day. Now let's get started with the Chargers versus the Ravens. Now, in this game, the injury report, Jatavis Brown is out. Brandon Meebane is doubtful. I think he's going through a family issue. Hope the family is doing well. Austin Agler is questionable in this game. For the Ravens, Tavon Young, Alex Lewis, and Chris Moore are all questionable. I think they're all going to play. They're just listed as questionable because of, not practicing or being limited in practice. Now, let me get to the offenses and defenses of the game. Now, the Chargers offense, total offense is 11th in the league. Their passing offense is 10th, and their rushing offense is 15th in the league. Now, surprisingly, the Chargers defense is just 9th in total defense. They're 9th in passing defense, and they're 9th in rushing defense as well. So all defense is basically 9th in the league. The Ravens' total offense is 9th in the league. The passing offense is 22nd in the league. And the rushing offense is 2nd in the league. Now, the Ravens' total defense is 1st in the league. Their passing defense is 5th in the league. And their rushing defense is 4th in the league. Now, in this game, I think that the Chargers will win because they faced earlier. So now they know what to expect with Lamar Jackson. You know what to expect when you go up against him again. To me, I think the Chargers defense will step up. Especially the passing defense, which is ranked 9th in the league, which basically makes the top 10. And the fact that the Ravens don't have a good passing offense, which is the 22nd in the league, to me, I think that hurts you in the playoffs. Remember, the playoffs you have to be able to run the ball and you have to be able to pass the ball. And to me, Baltimore, Lamar Jackson, everybody knows that he has to get better. Everybody knows that he has to be able to pass the ball and really make his completions, but he's not that good pocket passer yet. Like I said, he's still growing, he's still maturing, he's still, still starting his career and getting his things together as a passing quarterback. Now, for me in this game, I think that since the Chargers already faced them, they know what to expect. Think about it, if Antonio Gates didn't fumble the ball, they would have almost won that game. But I think that in this game, because Philip Rivers has experience, even though he's been coming up short, I think that in this game, because of the Chargers, now passing offense is 10th for the Chargers. The Ravens' passing defense is 5th, so they might still have an advantage over the Chargers' defense. But I think because they played them twice, see, that's the main factor that we all have to look at here, is the fact that these teams played once. Now they're going to play them again. So they're going to play 2 times within a 5-week span or 4-week span. Basically 3-week span if you look at it. So in my opinion, with the Ravens rushing defense being 4th and then the Chargers rushing offense being 15th, I think that the Baltimore Ravens will shut down the Chargers rushing offense. And their rushing offense will be shut down by the Ravens. Because, like I said, they're 4th in the league in rushing defense. So the rushing offense of the Chargers will be shut down. The passing defense is 5th. But I just don't think that the Ravens will shut them down. I think that Philip Rivers, his experience will come into him. Remember, this is the playoffs. And to me, in this playoff series, I think that the defense of the Ravens will be on the field more. Because when they limit Lamar Jackson passing the ball, and they know that they're going to run all the time, I think that the Chargers will figure out Lamar Jackson in this game. I think that they would figure out the running game. I think since the Ravens don't really pass like that. Now, I know Lamar Jackson can't throw the football. I'm not saying he can't throw it. But I'm saying in the playoffs, it's so key to be able to run the ball and pass the ball. And since they're 22nd in the league in passing for the Baltimore Ravens, I think that Philip Rivers' passing expertise will come up greatly in this game. I don't think this is going to be a big blowout. None of the games so far that I predicted are going to be big blowouts for some reason. I think they're going to be very, very close games because the defenses in the playoffs are so good, except for another team I'm going to get into, which is basically the Philadelphia Eagles defense. But even in the previous videos that I made, the Texans defense, they still have a good defense. The Colts defense have a pretty decent defense. But out of all these defenses that's being played, even with the Dallas Cowboys defense and the Seahawks defense, they're not great defenses, but they're decent. Great for the Bears, but decent. But The Eagles' defense will be only defense that is just not great. But to me, in this matchup, I think that Philip Rivers' experience being in the league, being a 15-year veteran in this league, knowing what he has to do and what's expected of him. Because if Philip Rivers does not win this game and he loses to Lamar Jackson, who is going to be the youngest quarterback ever to start in a playoff game, it's going to. I think his career legacy is going to be pushed down, and I don't think that he want that. Now this team is 12-4. The Baltimore Ravens are 10-6 in this for the season. Now, in the playoffs, if Lamar Jackson shocks everybody and throws the ball well, they can win this game because of the defense. But because, like I said, I think that the Chargers defense, like I said, they are ranked 9th in the league. I think that they will figure them out. They had enough time to study and film, and they're not going. They're going to Baltimore. I think it's going to be in the cold. I think it's going to be pretty cold that day. But they're going to go into Baltimore and be able to get the victory. And also, I was watching First Things First this morning. I always give credit to people who are watching, people who have great insight. Chris Carter was saying that if the person throwing the ball, Lamar Jackson, has not thrown the ball in that cold, really, really cold weather in the playoffs, it's January, it's going to be really, really cold, and that Philip Rivers will have the better advantage because he's the better thrower of the football, and because, obviously it's cold and different things like that. And my response to that is a good, analysis of that. But I think that because they're going to run the ball so much with Lamar Jackson, that they're not going to really pass the ball. And to me, that's going to be their weakness, as I said before. In the playoffs, you're going to have to be able to pass the ball. So I agree with Chris Carter in what he was saying. But I just don't think that the Ravens will pass the ball like that. The last time they faced off, Lamar Jackson threw for over 200 yards. He might get it again this time, but I just think that the Chargers are not going to lose to this team again. I don't think they're going to lose to this team twice within the 4 to 5 week span. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that the Chargers will win this game. I don't think it's going to be by a landslide. I don't think it's going to be a huge jump out of the box and be like, oh my goodness, the Chargers just stomping Ravens. No, and the Ravens are not going to stomp the Chargers. This game is going to be close. It is the playoff atmosphere. Everything is basically going to be stiff. Everything's going to be tightened up. We're going to see what Philip Rivers is really made of, because if he loses, like I said, it is not good on his legacy. And if Lamar Jackson loses, then to me he'll be okay because he'll learn from it. The same way that Dak Prescott lost, they can learn from that. Lamar Jackson will be able to learn. They're going to build the team around him, obviously, unless in the middle of the game if it's not going well and they need some passing offense. Maybe they go back to Joe Flacco. I'm not sure. I'm picking the Chargers in this game. Like I said, it's going to be a close game. And that's my pick. Let me know in the comment section, if you disagree with what I'm saying. If you think the Baltimore Ravens, put why in the comments, why you think they're going to win. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I will be back with more videos. Thank you for watching. Until next time, guys. Peace.